Hello, builders, and welcome back to another very low quality, but hopefully super nice and cool content. I hope this build brings some inspiration and that you will take some of the assets and put it into your own build. The style I'm going for today is this more, I don't want to say like gothic, it's more like a rustic cottagey, but in the more witchy kind of way. I'm using a lot of Gilnean assets because they have this darker wood texture and this more rustic kind of look to it. I'm using these wagons to kind of fill in the sides of the main house to make it look like it's like the house is even bigger than it is, because the main house we have right now is just one segment, and in order to really fill in you have to be as creative as possible. So like the last video I made where I made the barn, in this video I'm just kind of adding to the one house with these small segments. In the video you'll first see me using these big platforms to fill in and make a wall with the wooden Belamith, the Night Elven platforms, and later you'll see me go and actually use the smaller, which is the one that costs 3 units a piece. These are the ones that cost 5, because I figured out that they're actually cheaper and they size up really well, and in that way you can actually shape them in much easier and fit into the piece. Even though it's not the same hue or font at all, anything as the main building, I really do think the Belameth, the dark one here, fits much better in the build that I want to make than the normal wooden textures. A lot of times when I build, I try to see how things look and how they size up and how they fit each other, and that is why I will like often take some things in and then just try other right away and see how it fits. And that's how I came up with these smaller ones actually size much better, and you can save so much unit. And if I had known this size existed when I was doing my barn build, I think I could have added so much more that I wanted to in the barn build. But it's a learning curve, and that's why I'm making videos like this, so I can hopefully give the same advice to you people, so you can get the most of whatever you have to use to make the builds you want. So here you can see me placing the last one on this side, and even though it really doesn't match, foliage and clutter will help us in the long run to make sure it all fits in. Right now it's not perfect. I will size them more in later to fit with the main house, but I'm just kind of placing them down to get a feel of what it's gonna look like. Now I'm repeating the same thing on the other side just so it adds together and it really fits in, and I'm just gonna skip that part because it's basically the same thing that I did. But after I did put them in on the side, I did size everything closer to make it seem more seamless and the way that I thought I liked it the most. I decided I wanted the wheels to actually stick out, just to look like more cluttery itself, and it gave a bit more space to the actual build. Like it added a bit more. Now I'm adding some clutter. These paths, when you turn them around, they actually get a bigger surface, and I really like the look that they get when it's in a darker, like a darker zone like this. In the daylight, it looks very silly because it's kind of no texture, but in a build like this, it actually fits very well because you can kind of just space them up. You don't notice that they don't have texture when you turn them upside down, and then you could just fill in this little cute path. I also added a fence to the side, and now as per usual, I had an idea that I want to add a well, but the reason I want to add a well in this build as well, like I did in the last one, is because I had a funny idea that I wanted to do. So I'm just adding down some foliage here and some rocks to make this little corner for the well, and then I'm gonna show you later what idea I have, because this is going to be a more spooky build, a more warlock witch's hut, and I wanted to add some aspects, some inspiration that I got from some other games into it, and it's gonna be really funny when I get to that part. But right now it's just foliage, a little tree here and there, sizing them up, and some bushes, along with a barrel for the well water and some flowers. I really think it's important that, especially when you do have the assets to add, I think it's so pretty when you add a lot of flowers and foliage, because the space can get super boring really fast if it's just empty. And here I'm editing the path, making sure that it goes all the way up there so you can see where you're kind of supposed to walk around. Now I'm adding a flower pot kind of thingy. I don't know what these are called. It's like a fence where the flowers can grow up it against it. And it's actually just to make the main house a bit darker because it was very like the contrast of the light stone against the dark Bellameth platforms. I really thought looked a bit too out of character. So I added a little flowers on this little dimension breaker. And again, here I'm trying to add some more depth to the build, and I used this outhouse, but I don't want it to look like or feel like an outhouse, so I added it in the back, so it's kind of like a shed in the back of the house, and figuring out how to like fill out the space. Here I'm using a more like darker kind of foliage to really give in the depth of the building and fill in these empty spaces. I'm using a lot of these duskwood trees and duskwood grass just to fill in that I think these are called the dusk berries. You can really just size these things up, put them in the ground a bit, and then it can look like a bush that really just fills out the space and adds a lot of dimension and depth. This is, I cannot say this enough, it's super underrated. If you're having a build and you don't know how to like make your house look less like naked or empty, just add in a whole lot of foliage. It will make the biggest difference. I promise you that. Now I'm at the favorite part of any kind of build, and it is really just cluttering. I'm adding a little fence here. It really doesn't make any difference, but the spiky look, I mean, it makes a difference. The spiky look, I really feel like adds to the gothic kind of like Rustic Gilnean look of the build. And in here I'm putting inside the, because you can look inside of these wagons in the like the side parts. So I added a gravestone, not a gravestone, like a coffin. And also here in the back, I really think it's funny. So if someone flies by, they're kind of like, what's going on here? And they see a build with coffins and all these dried up flowers and leaves, like even buckets, you know. So people can wonder what is in these things, what is going on here. It's the spooky part we really like about the build. In this build I'm adding a lot of these kind of Halloween style things, and in the back here some more foliage. Later I'll be making a table. As you can see, I told you a build can look really empty and naked fast, so you just gotta add some kind of like clutter to fill out a space. So I added some more bushes in the back, and now I'm adding some pathing because I had an idea that what if we can actually also continue going to the back of the house, and I wanted to make a little cozy area out here with a table, and imagine you could get and drink some tea here. Even though it's a spooky environment, there's always time for some tea, right? Again, more trees, more flowers, some purple hues, comparing things, what I feel like it looks like. Here I was figuring out what I wanted to add in the back because I hadn't figured it out yet. When I came up with why don't I make a table. Sadly, I didn't have any benches I thought really fitted this table, so don't judge me for the benches that I did end up using because they're two different ones, and it's just the ones that look the most rustic. It is again the beta, you gotta work with what you have, and I didn't really feel like flying around the world figuring out where to find the perfect chairs right now, because this was just something I came up in an instant when I was building it. But I think it came up pretty well. It kind of added to the build that it wasn't perfect. Like these were some benches that was just found on the warlocks or the witches trip, and they just kind of conquered them home or stole them from a village or something. They were like, oh hey, look at this table, let me take them. You know, it's all about the imagination and the fantasy, whatever you wanted to do. And now, as you can see, I'm adding some clutter to the table, some more foliage. It is something you should not skip. I think this video should be renamed Add Foliage. It is very important because that is how much I'm adding. But again, I wanted to use my pumpkins. I am so proud of these. I don't know who came up with this in the WoW Kia Discord, And I'm just so grateful that I discovered this because it is the most funny, beautiful thing. These pillows that you color and dye them pumpkin red or yellow orange. It looks so good, like honestly. Here's some basket for like some pumpkin carving. You can put in seeds in the other one and all the fruity parts in the other one. And some barrels to like make it all look fine. This little scroll could maybe be someone like a little idea of how to carve a pumpkin or spell or something. Adding some books, adding some assets I thought looked really well. I'm very sad that I only had the Draconic tea set because it doesn't look so good as like a more gothic one. This is when I came up with the best idea ever. So this is the Warlock Order Hall book, but I figured out with this little hue and this smoke coming off from it, what if I put it in the well and it would make the well look like it was polluted or toxic or something. Like you should not drink from here. And when I added this in, I was like, this is one of my favorite builds now already. I built a lot of houses and experimented a lot where I haven't recorded it, and I really feel like I need to use this when resale comes out. I need to make a corrupted well. A little book of the dead here inside of this tomb, so if people look in there, they can be curious about like, oh, is this like like a little ritual that's in the book of something that needs to be done? And here I just kind of wanted to add something similar on the other side, so I put up these books to be kind of almost the right size of the shelf in there and put them up there. This is one of these things where it's like, this is mostly for me. I don't know how many people will come to my build and look inside these houses and see what's in there, and especially because it's the beta, but it is also for the video, just to come with ideas that if you build something like this, just fill up all the small things, and clutter that's what it's there for. And as you can see right now, thankfully I have a lot of units to spend, so I'm just adding in anything to fill out the build, and it elevates every single thing. I'm actually finishing up the build kind of slowly now, just adding some foliage, and then I will show you in a little time lapse some more views of the build. And I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, then I would really appreciate you liking the video and spreading the word to a friend or something. I am really hoping to be able to have a lot more times to make these videos and focus on it, because I really enjoy recording them and I'm still learning a lot. This editing part, I have a shitty microphone and I'm so sorry for that, but who knows, one day I might invest in a better one so you can hear my voice a lot clearer and these videos might get some better potential. But thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next one, and enjoy the rest of this build.